Oh my gosh, y'all, I did it. I finally found a tiny little camper here that's in the beginner, entry-level, super affordable range that has a layout that doesn't actually suck. So let's go take a look, come on.
One of the first things that I am upgrading in my RV and most other people upgrade in their RV is the mattress, because most mattresses that come in RVs are just absolutely pitiful. As you can see here in my Alliance Delta that I have, this is what the mattress material is underneath here. I mean, that is hardly a mattress at all. I don't even know what this material is, but we're gonna get rid of this thing. And I'm going to swap this out with a mattress from rvmattress.com. They come rolled up in a box like this, so very easy to install in your RV, even if you are at a campground. And then they have RV size mattresses for any kind of mattress you may find in your RV, even bunk beds. That's another thing that makes them so great. They come with a 120-night sleep trial, so if you don't like what you got, you can return it. They have a limited lifetime warranty as well. They also have various different mattress types that you can choose from. So I actually went with the Dream Foam Essential mattress because that had the widest range of like thickness options and different comfort options out of all of their lineup. And I actually wanted something that was a little bit more lightweight and thinner in profile, that was a little bit firm, which the Dream Foam Essential was like the perfect choice for me there. But I did also get an Aurora Luxe mattress for my parents a while back for their fifth wheel RV, which is a much thicker, more plush mattress that does have different firmness options as well. So lots of different options out there. Now you can use the discount code MYLES here to get 30% off of your order. This is something I recommend for almost everybody because nearly every RV out there just does not have a good mattress when you get into it on night one. And this is something that most people find wanting to upgrade pretty dang quick. So check that out. Again, you can use the discount code MYLES for 30% off of rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Miles with Firmly Unbound, and what we are here taking a look at today is this 2026 Keystone Springdale. It is the 1310 RK, so this is going to have a rear kitchen layout here, and we'll get the floor plan layout and specs on the screen here for you. But this is a tiny little compact entry-level aluminum sided camper that, like I said, has a floor plan layout inside that I don't think actually sucks. So many of these little campers have layouts inside that I am just not a fan of. In fact, we'll take a look at some of these other ones because some of these other ones may work for you. I definitely have my own preference. Why am I talking weird? Definitely have my own preference on models that I like and don't like. I'm going to widen out the camera here so we can get a little bit better look. But like this here is the 1300 BH from Springdale. It's not bad. But like, dang, these bunks just take up so much space in here. There's not a whole lot of room to move around through this area. And I understand if you want bunks like in this size range, this is, you know, one of the most practical ways that you will find it, since this is about the same size as the camper we're about to take a look at. I just am not a huge fan of layouts like this, although they may work for some people. It's just how it just feels too congested in there. So looking at something that's in the exact same size range, this here is the 1310 RK, and this one's going to be more suited for couples, being that it is a rear kitchen layout. Now, real quick on the outside, aluminum sided wood framing, so definitely an entry level travel trailer. And then I'm here at the Dallas RV show, which is happening February 19th through the 22nd, I believe, basically Thursday through Sunday in February. And this camper here at the show, it looks like they're going to have priced at $13,999 based on the sticker here. This is with Holiday World in Dallas. In fact, if you didn't know, Holiday World in Dallas is where I started my career doing these RV reviews, and Tommy Owen, who hired me into this industry and basically is the most responsible person for me being in the position that I'm in today, he is still the manager of that store in Mesquite. So if that's a place where you're in the Dallas area and want to come look for your next RV, I know without a shadow of doubt that Tommy will take care of you and is definitely a source that I can trust recommending you to buy your RV within the Dallas market. So this here, you can see down underneath here too, real quick, the wood framing through here. So entry-level trailer. It's not one of those trailers that a lot of people buy with the intention of keeping, you know, for a lifetime. It's one of those campers that a lot of people, I would say, buy to figure out if this is going to be something where, you know, they're really going to invest a lot more into camping and maybe upgrade in the future. As we open the door there is a magnet latch to catch that door. And with something at this price range, if you put, you know, somewhere around 10 to 20% down, you basically can get your payments around somewhere like around $150 to $250 a month on something like this, depending on your credit and how much money you put down. Now, as we walk inside, This still is family friendly, which is something I really like about it. You have your bed right here. You see your storage to the right of that, and you have the bunk up over the top. So another spot to sleep right here. Now, mind you, if you have real little ones, and I think everything through the lens of my own personal circumstances now, or if you don't know, my wife and I just had our first child. As of me filming this, he's a little over 2 weeks old now. So I know for quite a long time, I would not feel necessarily comfortable putting him in a bed right here with no security over it and whatnot. But if you have a little bit older child that can sleep on something like this, definitely a workable space there that you have for additional sleeping. And it does flip up as well and out of the way when you don't need it. So also for couples that maybe don't have kids, or just a single person that doesn't have kids, this can be something where you can just use that space for storage, or you could remove it entirely. But I would probably keep it for storage. I think it's a pretty good spot to have. You have your clothing rod right here. Spot where you can hang some clothes, and then more storage down through here. Now it does look like these are all going to be wrapped cabinet doors. That's kind of par for the course for campers in this price range. So basically all that means is this is like a pressed wood with a wrapped material over that for the decorative design. Then down underneath here, it does have a mounting bracket for a TV if you want to do a TV in this space. The mattress is definitely pitiful. There's no getting around that, that's for sure. So something where most people probably want to put a foam topper on top of that, or something to the likes of that there. And then as we go this way, we have our storage space here and down through there. So pretty good amount of storage. We have an electric fireplace here. Now it looks like that is going to be the primary heat source in here. Doesn't look like we have any sort of propane furnace. We'll kind of look around and make sure and confirm that as we're going through this camper. But you have your fireplace there, so an electric heat source, AC up here for your cooling. And the main primary purpose of a camper like this is just getting somebody out of tent camping, where you don't have, you know, some of the luxuries that you get in here, and getting you into something where you have a climate controlled area, you have your own private bathroom, you have your own, you know, cooking space and things of that nature, which is, you know, what most people buying something like this end up looking for. You have your Furrion refrigerator and freezer. It does have just a small little freezer portion up here, so nothing too crazy there with your freezer abilities. But keep in mind, most people traveling with something like this, you can bring a cooler along with you with some ice in it, and you can keep frozen stuff in there potentially as well. So you turn around this way, you have an awesome little desk space slash like dining table area right here. So it comes with a couple little bar stools. You could definitely, you know, purchase your own bar stools and get something a little bit more quality than that for this space if you wanted. That's certainly what I would do for something like this. But nonetheless, you have that space, has a little like foot area here that you can rest your feet on, but that also is just there kind of in place because that spot does kind of come up in that area where the wheel well is. And then you have some storage space back underneath there. Real quick, I have some of the specs up here real quick. So we have a 21-gallon freshwater tank, 32-gallon gray water, and 32-gallon wastewater here. And then the dry weight on this is 2,720 pounds. So going to be towable by pretty much any modern SUV or truck out there on the market for the most part. A really lightweight compact camper. Pretty decent countertop space back through this area actually for the size of this camper. You have your storage space up through here. That's all going to be open space. Magnet latches to hold these doors shut. Then we have 3 drawers through here. They're going to be a pretty standard kind of plywood drawer construction with staples. And then down through here, we see our storage space there. Going into the bathroom, very simple bathroom, no sink because of the size of this camper, but you have your plastic foot flush toilet there up on somewhat of a platform. Looks like we have a tankless water heater, hook for some towels, and then we have a sliding pocket door right here with a magnet right here to hold that in place. It does look like it's going to offer good privacy, so when we close this, yeah, it goes all the way up to the top of the door there, and definitely solid privacy here with that bathroom door. So like that, sometimes we see gaps above the door in different campers. And as we step into this area, we do have a platform that the shower's sitting on to run plumbing down underneath there, so we do lose some ceiling height in the shower. We have a rod here for a shower curtain, a vent up above here, but no fan on the vent, and then your shower set up here. And as we step back out this way, you have a nice big window overlooking your campsite, so you can look out into your camping area there. It does have a black pleated shade here. So not a full privacy shade, something to keep in mind with that at night. When you have the lights on in here and it's dark outside, you definitely can, at the minimum, see like silhouettes of people through this shade. So that's just something to keep in mind in terms of privacy. You can even kind of see how you can see the light through that shade to what's going on outside, and it's not even particularly that bright out there. So that's just a thing that I mentioned for you to have an understanding of. And that's pretty much it on the interior space. It does have a vent fan over your stove right there, since there is no additional like vent fan in the ceiling or anything, and 2 lights underneath there that aren't currently on. Another window on that side of the bed, which also serves as your emergency exit. And as we step outside, awning over your entry door here and the window. That's really going to be great for keeping the temperature of this camper down. If it's warm outside or if you have the sun hitting this window, you can keep the awning out simply for the purpose of keeping the sun off the window to help keep the climate controlled a little better. Single axle, and something that's uniquely impressive about this camper that a lot of other campers don't have is you actually have front and rear stabilizers. So a lot of campers this size will only have rear stabilizers. They won't have them in the front as well, but this one has both. And you do have manual stabilizers on here. Not a big deal though. My camper that I have has manual stabilizers, and I just use a drill attached to this bit to shoot those down super quick, and it's very quick, easy, and efficient. It is an open underbelly, so your water tanks are exposed down underneath here. I also wouldn't make that like a huge deal unless you plan on camping in below freezing temperatures, which I don't know about you, but I've been camping most of my life, and there's only one trip I've ever been on where I was camping in below freezing temperatures, and I was in a camper similar to something like this that had exposed tanks underneath, and I just kept my water sources inside the camper in water jugs, and it worked just fine. So I don't view that as something that's like completely detrimental to the camping experience. You have a bracket here that you can attach a retractable ladder to get up onto your roof. No solar on the roof, but it is prepped to add solar, prepped to add a backup camera. And as we come along this way, got your tankless water heater. Nothing really going on this side too much. Have your water connections there and your pass-through storage compartment with some electrical equipment prep right here. So prep to add an inverter and a charge controller if you wanted to add those pieces of solar equipment. We got the man Tommy Owen himself right here. The manager of Holiday World of Dallas just entered the building. So again, y'all, to wrap this up, this is the 2026 Keystone Springdale 1310 RK. This is here at the Dallas RV show if I get this video up before this show ends. But if not, also in the Dallas market, you can find it at the Holiday World of Dallas store and obviously any other Keystone dealers across the country. But curious what you think about this camper here. Let me know down below in the comments. That's all I got for y'all. And until next time, live firmly unbound.